Farming has always been part art, part science. But what if? What if you could give every single farmer an AI-powered brain? Something to help them navigate the huge challenges they face every day. Well, that's exactly the idea behind a platform called AADI, and we're going to dive right into it.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the big dilemma farmers are facing. Then, we'll introduce AADI, the AI designed to be the solution. We'll peek under the hood to see how it works, uncover its secret sauce, and wrap up with the real-world results. And trust me, they are impressive.
Okay, let's kick things off by setting the stage. Modern farming, it's facing what you could call a perfect storm. And the old ways of doing things, well, they're just not cutting it anymore.
I mean, just think about it for a second. You've got unpredictable weather, soil that's constantly changing, markets that are all over the place. How on earth is one person, one farmer, supposed to make thousands of perfect decisions day in and day out? The sheer complexity it's just staggering.
And this really gets to the heart of the issue. You look at traditional farming, it's all based on static recommendations, gut feelings, and a bunch of tools that don't talk to each other. But what farmers need today is something totally different. They need a system they can adapt on the fly, one that's powered by actual data and brings everything together into one smart, integrated platform.
So, that massive gap we just talked about, that's exactly where ADI steps in. And listen, this isn't just another farming app, it's way more than that. It's basically a whole new kind of intelligence, custom built for the modern farm.
So AADI, it's a bit of a mouthful. It stands for AI-powered Adaptive Agricultural Decision Intelligence. But what does that really mean? In simple terms, it's one single platform that pulls in data from everywhere. We're talking IoT sensors in the soil, weather APIs, you name it. It mashes it all together to give farmers a crystal clear picture of what's happening, and more importantly, tells them exactly what to do next, right now.
The key word here is integration. Think about it. Instead of juggling a dozen different apps and tools, AAD puts the whole shebang under one roof. It can predict your crop yields, tell you precisely how much fertilizer you need, catch plant diseases before they spread, and even suggest the perfect crops for your particular piece of land. It's like having a team of experts in your pocket.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty amazing, right? But how does it actually work? How does a piece of data from a sensor in the dirt become a smart, actionable decision on a screen? Let's pop the hood and see what's going on inside.
It all boils down to 5 main layers of intelligence. First, you've got data acquisition. It's just grabbing all that raw info. Step 2, data pre-processing, is all about cleaning it up, making it usable. Then comes the machine learning layer, where the AI models do their predicting. But here's where it gets really cool. Step 4 is this meta-learning layer. Think of it as the system's brain, and its only job is to make the other models smarter. And finally, step 5 is the user interface, which serves up all these insights on a simple, easy-to-read dashboard.
This image gives you a great visual of that whole process. You can see the data flowing in from the left, getting cleaned up and processed and feeding the AI. But pay close attention to that little feedback loop, the meta-learning optimizer. That's the real magic right there. This system isn't static, it's alive. It's constantly checking its own work and literally getting smarter with every new data point it sees.
And that feedback loop, that's everything. It's AID's secret sauce. It's the one thing that truly makes it different from pretty much anything else on the market today. The technical term for it is meta-learning, and it sounds complex, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It's a system that learns how to learn. So instead of being stuck with just one AI model, AADI's brain is constantly running experiments. It's figuring out which model works best for which job, which one is best for corn in dry soil or for tomatoes in a humid climate. And it automatically chooses the best tool for the job. The result? It just keeps getting better and better.
And the difference this makes is just wow. To give you some perspective, a human data scientist might spend weeks doing trial and error to find the right algorithm for a specific problem. AID's meta-learning engine, it does the same thing in minutes. That kind of speed is an absolute game changer, not just for the farmer, but for the entire field of agricultural research.
Okay, so the tech is brilliant, we get it. But does it actually deliver in the real world? Let's look at the numbers, because honestly, they speak for themselves.
Let's start with fertilizer. AADI hits an insane 99% accuracy when it calculates exactly how much fertilizer a crop needs. 99%. We're talking about taking all the guesswork out of the equation.
So what does that kind of accuracy get you? Well, for starters, it means farmers using AID are cutting their fertilizer use by 10 to 15%.
That's a huge win for their wallets and for the environment.
And how about crop protection? It's just as impressive. By just looking at pictures of leaves, AADI can spot diseases with up to 96% accuracy. That kind of early warning can be the difference between a small problem and losing an entire harvest.
But this table, right here, this is the bottom line. This is what it all comes down to. Just look at the comparison. The A&D users, they're getting bigger yields while spending less money on fertilizer. Add it all up, and you're looking at a net profit boost of almost 25%. For a small family farm, an increase like that isn't just nice, it's life-changing.
And you know, the benefits here ripple out way beyond just one farm. When you use less fertilizer, you get less pollution running off into our rivers and lakes. When you get higher yields, you're boosting food security for all of us. And maybe most importantly, because this is an accessible platform, it puts this incredibly powerful tech into the hands of the small farmers who need it most, not just the mega corporations.
So AADI gives a single farm its own AI brain, which is revolutionary in itself. But it makes you wonder, right? It leaves you with this one big, exciting question. If one farm can learn and adapt this fast, what happens when all the farms start learning from each other all at once?